about 3 years, I was DJing. And I got to a point where should I continue? How should I continue? How was I going to achieve these goals as an artist? I had so many questions about the industry, and unfortunately, nobody around me could answer them. So I kind of got to this crossroads where I was like, where do I go from here? And that's when LVR came into my life, and they were able to help me focus on the areas that I could improve as an artist.
I was so confused about how to navigate the business side of the industry. I wasn't getting any gigs. I didn't have a social media presence. I was barely reaching out to labels because I just didn't know the proper way to.
I thought it's enough to sit here and produce music and waiting for promoters to reach out to me, but that's not enough. Of course, I tried out some other strategies before, like paying for Instagram ads or paying for playlist promotion, but in the end, that won't bring you any gigs at all. I have this big dream to make a living out of my music, and so I had to learn that there is so much more behind the music industry, and it's not just sitting here making music. It's so much more.
It's pretty much the same every year, you know, making yearly plans for the releases, producing as much quality techno as possible, trying to get as much as possible gigs, but it's really hard if you don't know how to do that properly.
My difficulties were networking, obviously, because I struggled with getting gigs with promoters and being in contact with promoters. I struggled with my social media on portraying who I am as an artist and what would make me unique and niche compared to everybody else in the market.
I've seen, in the past month, concrete results with releases on labels that I always dreamed of. I'm playing here in Berlin, also in clubs. So
around me, I could see other people around me were seeing that my presence was improving online, and I saw it as well. And it really moved me into the professional lane as an artist.
That's where, Letizia and Jessica kind of guide us, or whatever, to take the right steps, to kind of look at things objectively and, take care of your socials, take care of your music and, plan stuff ahead, and now I can really manage my time more efficiently. I can be less in the studio and do more. I can do a schedule of the week, of the month, and kind of prepare myself for, doing posts and stories and whatnot. All these things that kind of I thought I knew, but didn't really work. And you just kind of need to get into the mindset of an artist and entrepreneur or whatever. So those things are really important, yeah.
Hello, everyone. Wow, so many of you here. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm Letizia Van Riel, and I'm going to be your host for the next 3 days.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to see all of you here. I am Jessica Tribes, and I will be your co-host for these 3 exciting days together.
Guys, thank you so much for your time and congratulations on your dedication and commitment. Because obviously, if you're here today, it means that you are committed to your artist career. So, just to say that what we're going to share over the next 3 days, very few people have access to this content because there isn't this information out there, so this is why we're here to help you guys get this information. So we really believe that this will help you, so stick with us for the next three days, not 3 years, 3 days, and you will get a lot of information. Between Jessica and myself, we have more than 33 years experience in the market combined. And so it's a lot of knowledge to share with you guys. This is the first time we're hosting an event like this, so apologies for the nerves. It's going to come down in a couple of minutes. I don't understand how you guys want to stand in front of thousands of people and do this. I'm just doing it and I'm nervous. So yeah, I'll come down in a little bit. But guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Yes, guys, this is definitely out of our comfort zones, but it's worth it for the practical content that we're going to share for those of you who really want to become a professional artist and increase your chances of making a living from music. But before we start, I'm here in Barcelona. Leticia is in Lisbon, and we would love to know, where are you from? We're going to check here on the comments. And if you are a DJ and producer, or a DJ or a producer, please let us know. Let's see.
Wow,
Canada.
literally South Africa. Wow, everywhere. Australia, Amsterdam.
Oh, Australia is so late there, I
Still?
guess.
Yeah, Australia, that's pretty late. Some mentees, some of our previous mentees were from Australia, and they were super committed, huh? They would join us in the middle of the night.
Thank you, DJ and producer. A lot of DJs and producers. Okay. France, Washington. Well, we are very international today, Letty.
Well, our mentoring is very international. We have people from everywhere. So yeah, that's the joy of being able to do this online. So guys, thank you so much for being here again from so many places, late at night. Thanks for joining us. So before we begin, I wanted to share what will happen starting today. So to tell you what you can expect from the event, some important information. Jessica?
Okay, guys. So in these 3 days together, we will cover the 3 essential pillars that you need to know if you want to have a long-lasting career in this market. And we know that you, as artists, you want to be creative and you want to be in your studio producing music, and of course you should. But our mission here during these 3 days is basically show you the business aspect of your career and open your mind to different perspectives and possibilities, and the understanding of how the industry works together with the strategic vision and creative part is really what makes an artist to stand out. So if you apply this practical knowledge that we're going to share with you at the end of these 3 days, we are sure that you'll be ahead of the competition, because we know this is a very competitive market. And I can affirm that all artists that made it is because they have a big sense of how the industry works and how to play this game. So in other words, they have these 3 pillars crystal clear in their minds.
So guys, starting today, the first class is social media. Yeah. And our focus is going to be on social media, something that every artist needs to master, but is so challenging for so many of you. Okay. The goal in this class is to simplify the use of social media for you and to increase your visibility across the platform. We understand that this can generate a lot of resistance, but give yourself a chance, listen, learn, write it down, because we know you're an artist, you're not a marketing professional, so it's not natural. Trust me, since I've started this mentoring situation, you guys are seeing me online. It was not natural. It's a lot of, getting out there and doing something that, can be a bit difficult. But yeah, if you're committed to it, you got to master it. So let's do this together, guys. Okay. We're going to share with you practical information that you can apply to your routine, and so you can see results. It just takes commitment. This will work for you if you are, it worked for you even if you're not like a professional artist, even if you don't have that many followers, if you think you have nothing to share, if you have little experience about the industry, if you're not performing at a lot of gigs, or if you're a DJ or a producer or both. Tomorrow, we're going to be covering networking, which like how to approach people in the industry, with, and basically how to go about networking, which, guys, is such another very, very, very important part of becoming a successful artist is networking. So, even if you are an introvert, and, make sure to join tomorrow, because we're going to be sharing a lot of tips. Because I hear a lot of, my mentees are like, oh, I'm an introvert, I don't know how to go about it. So join our class tomorrow, because we're going to be sharing information so that you go out there and you don't sound pushy or opportunistic or intrusive. So yeah. And the last class is creating opportunities. This will happen on Thursday. And the focus is going to be how to boost your career, seize opportunities by understanding the industry ecosystem and who the key players are. So a lot of very valuable content. And together with these three pillars, very important key factors that you need to understand, we really feel that this will, take you closer to be able to make a living from music. It's important to mention that everything that we're going to teach here and everything that we are about is, becoming a headliner and, a successful artist. I know that for a lot of artists, they just want to, what makes them happy is just getting their music out there and everything. So a lot of what we might say here might come across a little bit strong. So I just want you guys to know that, this is what we're about. This is the experience that I've had, and Jessica have. This is where we come from. So yeah. All right, guys, over to you.
Okay, so if you don't want to miss anything about the content, just a few warnings for you. So the class will take place today, tomorrow, and Thursday, always at the same time, 8 p.m. Central European Time. In the emails that we are sending and also in the WhatsApp group, we always provide you with the class schedule according to your time zone. If you're not in our WhatsApp group yet, please join now, because we're also sharing some content from the class, and also a very special bonus that we are going to share after the classes. So some extra material for you. Our team is going to put the link here on the chat, because we have a team. We have upgraded. So team, can you please put the WhatsApp link so you can join? Make sure to join. And yes, so over to you, Letty.
Sorry, guys, we have like this thing that we need to come in and out. Here I am. I'm back. Okay, guys. So let's start the content for today. So aligning expectations. All right. Now that everyone has joined the WhatsApp group, if you haven't yet, make sure to join, because there'll be some extra materials. We have just one more announcement. At the end of this class today, we will be giving a free mentoring to address some of your questions. So make sure that you stick with us, because it's we might pick you, and then you get free advice from us. All the content that we're sharing here is valid for both DJs and producers. No matter how long you've been in the market, if you have a second job, I know this is what most people here do. They're working 2 jobs to be able to be DJ on the weekends. Don't worry, this is for you as well. What we're doing here is giving you information so that eventually you don't have to have your other job and you can just be a touring artist, okay? So we've taken artists from 0 to, well, I wouldn't say 0, because obviously they had something there before we got them. But yeah, the very small artists who are now, very successful artists touring the world. So just to give you, for those of you who don't know what I'm about and what I'm doing here. So my name is Letícia Van Riel. I am the owner of LVR Management, which is the management company that manages the artist career of Ana, Victor Ruiz, and Sama Abdulhadi. Ana, basically, we started together. I was an agent at the time. I met her and I really believed in this girl. It was 8 years ago. And she was my first artist, and we really grew together. And now she's one of the biggest touring artists, playing Tomorrowland, Awakenings, Coachella, Ibiza, Afterlife, you name it. She is smashing it. Then I also look after Sama Abdulhadi, who comes from Palestine, Ramallah. So, let's say the odds were not in her favor, but now she, again, is one of the biggest artists of the moment, playing at the biggest stages, biggest festivals, Coachella, Tomorrowland, you name it, Ibiza. Today, we just announced her mix compilation that is coming on Fabric at the end of November. She had her new single, which is amazing. If you haven't heard it yet, make sure to listen to it. And last but not least, we have Victor Ruiz, who just had a huge EP on Drumcode, who has a remix coming out next week, massive hit, get ready, and who is also touring the world. So I have also worked in the past with Richie Houghton, UMAC, Mark Knight, Mark Hull, Hector, Daddy's Groove. I've done logistics, I've done assistant work, I've done agency work, and now I'm a manager. There you go, guys. That's my story. Now over to Jessica.
Yes, guys, we have seen it all. And I can say that I've seen from also a different perspective, which is the same perspective that you guys have, because I've been in your shoes. I had a very successful career back in the days. In Brazil, I played in most of the big clubs out there alongside artists such as Tomorrowland. Such as Solomon and the Martinez brothers, and with a couple of international tours in Argentina and Israel. And I had the dream of becoming a headliner, and I can say that I was working very hard to achieve that. But unfortunately, I got to a place where my career wasn't growing anymore, and I honestly was not understanding why. And because I was feeling frustrated and lost, and I was actually putting a lot of pressure on myself to make it, then I quit. And then I started, like a couple of years later, working with Letícia, where I understood why the things wasn't working in my career, because as we said here a lot of times already, an artist's success doesn't depend only on music. And I understand that when I, started to work as logistics, and then I worked also as tour manager, and today I'm artist manager to Victor Ruiz, together with Letícia. So I believe that everything happens for a reason, and that's my main motivation to be here with you today, guys, because I can share everything that I would do differently in my career if I had the knowledge that I have today, and definitely I would make better decisions. And with all this experience, we know exactly what works and what doesn't works, and what bring results and what doesn't bring results, and what you need to focus on. And you need to do what you need to do in your journey to make a living from music, increase your chances of making a living from music. So of course, with 3 days of classes, and even with 100% of our effort and dedication for things to happen in this industry, you have to be committed. The more you're willing to face it, and the more tools you have, the faster you progress and achieve your goals. So I'm sure if you stay here with us for the last 3 days, you'll be already ahead of many artists that, I'm sorry to say, are procrastinating their success because they're, focusing only on music. And guys, don't get us wrong here. Music is priority. Music is important, but you have to share your music to the world. You have to do things that we are going to teach you over these 3 days, so you can make progress in your career. Okay, Letty.
Yes. So, guys, as Jessica said, unfortunately, in this day and age, music is not enough. Unfortunately, talent is unfortunately not enough. There is, of course, talent is the main thing, and of course, that's what you need to have. But you need to have all the pieces of the puzzles around this, supporting this, for your talent to be heard, for you to be able to show your talent to the world. Because how many, we all know people who are so talented, yet they are not out there. You guys are those people. You are so talented and you're not there yet. And that's probably why you're here today, right? So, you need to do the things that you need to do to get to that stage. Takes commitment and takes knowledge. And unfortunately, there isn't much knowledge out there available to you guys. So I think, the take up on this has been huge, because, I really feel that we're giving something that is not out there. So what we're talking about is that you need to go beyond the music to change and accelerate your career and get the recognition you want. So, since today's theme is social media, we've created a hashtag, hashtag Beyond Music. So, guys, I ask you, if you're sharing anything online, or make sure to add the hashtag so we can find you and reshare. And also, here we go, guys, the cheesy moment. If you are committed, please put hashtag Beyond Music on the chat. I want to see who is committed here, everyone. Okay, so who is writing? Are people writing Beyond Music? Are they?
Let me see. Yes.
Right.
I'm seeing.
No more. We need more. Okay,
guys. So now that we know that only the committed ones are here with us today, let's focus on today's class and topic, which is social media. So please stay present with us. Get a piece of paper and pen, or open your notes, because I highly recommend you to write notes and put your phone in silent mode so you don't get distracted. Very important tip that we never do, but let's try. Yeah. Okay, let's start with the content, guys. Letty, let's do this.
Let's go. All right, guys. So let's start by talking about the importance of social media on an artist's career. We know it's a love and hate relationship, but guys, you need to accept the fact that we live in a digital world now, and having a strong online presence is fundamental to your success. I know this hurts to hear that, but that's the way it is. You need to master social media to be able to showcase, to promote your art to the world. Like at the end of the day, you should see it as like a window sill, you know, like in a shop, that you have the best stuff showing so that people are engaged and want to buy your products. So, you know, make social media your friend instead of your enemy. See how valuable it can be to you. It can promote your art. It can boost your profile. You know, it will, like, if you have good content in there and your friends are sharing, you know, your content, then with other people, then people are going to start engaging. So this is how you start getting new fans, you know, and that's what is so important about your social media. Plus, if you're making amazing music, it's a great platform to share your amazing music with people. It's a great place to share your vision, your personality. You know, I think one big thing, we'll talk about it later on, is how you communicate on social media, and showcasing your personality is so important. People, you know, everyone connects with someone. So, you know, if you think you're not that, like, oh, nobody will care for what I have to say, there's always someone who will care for what you have to say. Everyone has a fan base out there, you know? So remember that. And it will create a community of people that, you know, care for your work, who are interested in your work. And it will show to the promoters, because ultimately the biggest revenue in you know, being a DJ and being a producer, but being a DJ really is touring, you know, especially with, you know, electronic music and everything. That's the biggest income. So ultimately, you're going to be able to show to the promoters your, you know, your profile, and they will want to book you. So let's talk about business. There are two different clients that you are targeting your content to. Although your content obviously needs to feel very genuine and feel very you. That's the ultimate goal. Don't create content to try and you know, get new followers. Like, ultimately you have to do something that comes from the heart, the same way that you make your music. But you know, you have two audiences. You have your fans, who are the people who are going to pay for tickets to come to your gigs, obviously. And the best way to do this is like organically, you know, with your fans, like sharing your content online, and you know, using stories to repost and everything. That's how you get followers. And then the other is the promoter, who is the contractor. Sorry, they are the ones who are going to pay for your fee. And of course, the music that you make is important, but a promoter only makes money if they are selling tickets. And that's why, you know, it's like a domino effect, basically. One thing leads to another, you know. They will hire you because they like you and they want to take a chance on you, but also because of the amount of tickets you sell. So I know as an artist that all you want to do is share your passion, you know, with the audience. But you know, for this industry to exist, you need promoters to make money from the events that they're creating. And so that's why, you know, the number of people on how many followers you have right now, obviously in the beginning, and also promoters are clued on about the fact that a lot of people are buying followers. Jessica will talk about this later, but you know, that's why you need to grow your fan base. Growing your fan base on social media, it's important because of that, basically. So yeah, why are we saying this? Because you need to focus on both these target audiences, because promoters will be the ones buying your product and the fans will be the ones buying tickets to go to these events. So these are the two people that you are aiming your content to.
Okay, thank you, Leti. So now we are going to move to which platforms to be. This is a very important question and common question. And here, basically, you need to base these questions, this decision in a couple of factors, okay? So target audience, personality, and what won't block you for posting, basically what won't stop you for posting. So important question here is for you to decide on this are, which music style do you play? Where is the audience of this style consuming content, and which is the social media that is more suitable for me and won't stop me to produce content? So what I mean by this, for example, if you're a hard techno artist, it's more probable that your audience can consume content on TikTok, for example, because we are going to see later on that TikTok audience is more focused on younger audience and like teens and young adults. So this is important. So for example, let's say if you're more like an introvert and you're not very like used to talk to the camera, you don't feel comfortable, so of course you won't select like YouTube as your platform. So this is obvious, but you have to think about this because platforms have different ways that you can communicate in them. So you have to have all this in mind when selecting these platforms. So let's give a quick look on the main platforms that like artists use, which are, these platforms. Like for content creation, we have like Instagram, TikTok, and then we have Twitter, and then of course Spotify. You must be on Spotify if you're a producer and if you're releasing music. And of course, if you haven't checked on Spotify for artists yet, you need to have a look on this, because you can get a lot of insights on the place and which territories are playing more your tracks, and this will help you to maybe create like campaigns for ads in specific territories. So this is very important. SoundCloud, Mixcloud, also you can select each one of that you feel that makes more sense for you. But of course, SoundCloud is more common for mixes. YouTube, Discord. Discord is being very used now for producers, like sharing production tips. And also a platform that is not listed there is Patreon. For example, if you have nice content and you want to have like make an extra income, you can share also things out there. I'm sure that there is more platforms that are not listed there. So if you use any platform that is not listed there, please share with us in the comments, okay? So basically, which platform to be? I highly recommend you to like master one platform on content creation, because we're talking about content creation here today. So between like TikTok and Instagram will depend, but I recommend you to master before you start spreading your, energy and focus on like, I need to be in all these platforms and socials. Just select one that you feel more comfortable, explore, and that everything is practice and takes time. And then when you feel comfortable, you can start exploring other platforms. So talking more about TikTok and Instagram at the moment, so there is a difference, right, between TikTok and Instagram. Instagram, it's like more diverse in kinds of content, like formats of content that you can post. Like we have video, stories, IGTV. And I think like the big difference between these two platforms is that Instagram, it's more like for, let's say, long-term engagement. So if you're looking for more like a storytelling and more solid engagement, I highly recommend you to go for Instagram. And the range of like age on Instagram is also like a bit bigger than TikTok. Of course, that TikTok is the target audience is growing and changing as well. So more and more like, let's say, older people are exploring the platform. I've learned a lot of things on TikTok with the short contents, but it's more like a fast approach. And of course, because of the algorithm, it goes viral easily. and so, you know, like short and music based videos also are very used there, like collaboration posts and this like contests. You can see a lot also on TikTok. So just one important thing here is that you need to understand that these two platforms have different ways of communication. So it's not ideal that you create content for Instagram and share on TikTok, because the platforms are different, the algorithm is different, and the way that people consume the content is different. But of course, if you want to start like with TikTok and you already use it with Instagram, it's fine. Just share the same content so you get used to the platform. But in a long term, you should try to have different contents on each platform. Okay. So I must admit, I'm not an active user on TikTok. This is something kind of fresh in the electronic music industry, and I know that many headline artists have not like a huge fan base out there and a very engaged audience. But I highly recommend you to get familiar and start adding TikTok to your social media plan, as this platform has a huge potential, and I really think it's just grow and grow. And also considering that there's a lot of younger audience out there, like we know we all started like early to party, so that's important that you focus on this audience. And in this class, our focus will be Instagram, because we believe that from all this platform, you need to focus on Instagram to create content. Okay, so that's it. Over to you, Letty.
Hello, everyone. Okay, guys, so now we're going to be talking about frustrations and consistency, and the fact that basically consistency is key. If you want anything in life, right? Repetition is what really makes it like nail in your head, like how to do something. So like I said before, if you start something and you just give up, you're not going to have learned anything by that experience. So you really have to practice, and you have to repeat, and you need to have discipline, you know. And I think a lot of people with social media become, you know, like, what is the word I always use, Jessica? They become, sorry, I forgot the word. They're complacent. They're not doing that part, you know. And you guys really, if you know, you just have to. Sorry, guys, there is no denying. It's like I said before, you know, it's a big part of it. So, but I understand that a lot of you here don't have a big number of followers and probably don't have many gigs, and content creation can be extremely tricky, you know, in this moment. And so that makes you feel a bit like lost and stuck and unmotivated because you don't know what to post. Guys, if you don't have anything at all happening in your career, you know, if you're just making music in your bedroom, you're not sending it to any labels, you're not knocking on any doors to try and get gigs, you know, of course, it's going to be tough. And, you know, this is where I have to say that you have to create opportunities for yourself. And, you know, these 3 classes we're going to give here the next 3 days, of course, it's a lot of information and it's really going to help you guys. But, you know, we do a mentoring program which lasts 3 months, and we meet every week and we talk really, and we help. And every week, like, you know, the mentees bring us questions and we analyze each information. So, you know, you need to create opportunities for yourself. You know, all the mentees that joined our mentoring was because they were creating opportunities for themselves. So if you're only making music for yourself, you're not, you know, your intention, then you have nothing to post. But my question to you is, are you recording mixes? Are you creating playlists? Are you producing music? Are you trying to send them to labels? Are you having gigs by going out there and knocking on doors and trying to get these gigs? Even small ones. Are you collaborating with other artists? Are you sending your music to artists to send to labels? You know, like, these are the things that only you can do for yourself, because guys, nobody will come knocking on your door. Really, it's up to you to create these opportunities. And once you've created them, then you have, content to post. But if you're recording mixes, if you are going out there and taking pictures, like around your city, or if you're taking, like, posting carousels, we're going to talk more about this. But the point is that you need to keep consistent on what you're doing. Okay. So you have to keep posting. And you know what? If you fall out of the wagon, just get back. Just carry on. Don't feel that because you didn't do it, oh, I fucked it up. Sorry for the for the swearing, but just get back on it and just carry on. But try not to get out of it. Okay. Yeah, and for this, a really good idea is to create a content calendar, which again we're going to talk about later on. So, are you doing the basics, guys? That's very important. Recording mixes, creating playlists, producing music, releasing on labels, trying to get gigs, going out around town, taking pictures, and just really sitting down and writing a plan of what you could be posting on your social media. It's so easy to blame other people for not being able to post anything, but actually taking the time and actually making a plan, that's where it gets complicated. That's where most people give up. So, you got to do that. Okay. Now it's over to you, Jessica.
Thank you, Letty. Well said. Thank you. Okay, so now another very good question, which is, do numbers matter? And this is a very common question that we always get on the Instagram and from the mentees. So now you're probably thinking, okay, I don't have many followers, or I have no idea how to increase my visibility and to get more fans and consequently catch the promoter's attention. So why, again, we already said this, but why numbers are important? You just learned that the ticket selling or the capacity of a ticket selling of an artist is very important. But don't worry, guys, all the artists have walked the same path. I know that seems like a distant reality right now. They're like, oh, okay, but I don't even have a lot of followers. How can I think about ticket sales? Is a work in progress. As Leticia said, Ana started like playing. I remember that Leticia always says the story, like she started to play. I think the first gig that one of the first gigs, Ana had like 3 people, right, Leti, in the show watching her. So it's a very like,
yes,
right,
yeah.
Yeah. Just to get you excited, because all the artists, all the headline artists have been a bedroom DJ, have started somewhere. So the good news here is that promoters normally check more engagement than numbers, and of course you catch the promoter's attention if you have a high number of followers. But most promoters are very aware on the fact that there is a lot of artists buying followers at the moment. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we noticed and promoters noticed. So they are also like checking engagement a lot. And with all these fake numbers around nowadays, we can't really trust what we see. And there is a lot of platforms out there that you can check, the real numbers and the real engagement. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with these platforms, but this is very interesting because you can also check not only your engagement, but other artists' engagement, and you can see, like which period they have more engagement, what they're doing to improve their engagement. And this is very nice because it can also help you with your strategies in social media. And this is actually, we have I just remind that we have content that we shared on Instagram, I think a couple of weeks ago, with these platforms, like with the suggestions of the platforms that you can check. I'm going to ask for our team that together with the bonus material they're going to share over Instagram, that you also get this content, because it's very nice, very trustable platforms. So the moral of the story is that having a good engagement, it's more important than having a huge audience for up-and-coming artists. Of course, the ultimate goal is always to grow your audience and get more fans, because as we know, this means money for the business perspective. Okay, guys, remember that we are approaching a business perspective here. But if you're good in creating content, the engagement will be a consequence. And what is the secret for having a good engagement? Is engaging content. So we are going to now approach another topic, which is something that I've studied a lot to bring to you guys here, which is demystifying the algorithm, okay? Because basically we need to understand what is the algorithm is about, okay? Because it's very common that we hear, oh, okay, the algorithm is against me, my content doesn't work. So first things first, like, what is this algorithm? It's basically an intelligence, a software based on mathematical process that select content like on feed, on stories, and explore page based on our behavior, okay? So I know that a lot of us like kind of hate algorithms sometimes, but we have to thank the algorithm because it's actually creating content for us to see. So when we are interacting with that, I don't know, cute like dogs or production tips or, you know, mindset, you know, like improvement videos. So then why it keeps showing to us. So this is important for you to understand. And also, there is different algorithms controlling different kinds of formats of posts. So Instagram, Reels, and feeds, and feed posts. And why? Because exactly people like consume content in a different way. So it's not the same way that you look to stories. That is the same, like stories, let's say an example here is more like the real life. So you can really share like the reality show of your life. So if you're going through a difficult moment, you can be vulnerable. It's more like the real deal. You don't have to be like always pretty, you know, and like showing like everything that you're creating. You can just go there and be vulnerable, and like it's more to create a closer connection. And then like reels, we can go more creative. We can just like create more like the engagement. And of course, we're going to explore a bit more later on this class, the intention of on creating posting and when creating content. And so basically, I've added here this, I don't know if you guys know this guy, but our friend Adam here is the head of Instagram. So if you don't follow him, I highly recommend you to follow, because he's always sharing a lot of insights and features that are very fresh to Instagram, what has changed, how you can play around with the algorithm in your favor. So, and I just picked this phrase because, you know, he plays around with the time. The basic algorithm is helping us to improve our time, because at the end is the most valuable asset that we have. So Instagram is not, it's very smart, right? And so, yeah, if you want to follow him, very nice content from him. And so now how to use it to your favor, how to use the algorithm to your favor. So basically here, quality content is key. Considering the algorithm is based on behavior, and of course, we tend to engage with quality content, but quality content can, you know, be different to each person. And that's why it's tricky sometimes. That's why, you know, some contents work and some other doesn't work. But when we are talking about a target audience, let's say if you play EDM or if you play techno or house, you know, we have to find these points in common. Because they have similar tastes, and the answer here is test. You have to test. You have to test and do analysis, which I will explain in a few. Keep the users on the platform. So like Instagram loves that we keep people like in the platform interacting, and this is very important for us to understand if you want to play around with the algorithm. So for example, avoid sharing too many external links, and when you do, like, do it strategically, because for example, if you're sharing a link to promote a gig that you have and you want to sell the tickets, and you should do that, guys, and or I don't know, interviews, my recommendation here is for you to do this after a series of stories. So for example, I'm going to play in this gig, and then you can talk a little bit about the gig and how excited you are, and then at the end you put the link, and then you don't post anything for the next couple of hours, because then the Instagram won't understand. They're just like adding a lot of external links, and that will lead people to like outside of Instagram. Okay. And very important, use engaging tools like question boxes, polls, like really use this. I think we should do like a contest here, that you should at least use one of these per day, because stories is like as much as you should do stories. So like question boxes, whatever tool is interactive that people can interact with you, please like use in your favor, because these elements help you to boost your engagement. So last thing on this topic, it's 6 ways to use the algorithm to make the algorithm works for you. Okay, so first, embrace the latest features. So basically adopting the new features that are important for Instagram. So if you use them, Instagram will help you to share your content with more people. So make sure to follow our friend Adam, because you're going to find a lot. And also the Instagram official page account. There's a lot of places where you can find this what is coming out from Instagram, what is new. Vary your post types, because people tend to consume content in a different way. So for example, one day I don't have a lot of time, and I don't want to be like reading a long caption, or I want to I prefer be reading like carousel, or I prefer like videos. So we are different. Okay, so it's key to like successfully navigate the algorithm that you post in different formats. And a good tip here is that you can repurpose your content. And what I mean with this is that if you made a video, or if you made a tip, or if you made something on a video content, you can convert this content to a carousel or to a static image picture, because you know you can just change a little bit, and so you don't need to like go crazy creating an amount of content like all the time. Okay, so if you do that, if you vary the types of content, you'll be able to reach a wider range of people. Post at the best time for you, guys. This it's a myth. Okay, there is this best time of the day to post. If there was a day that this was true, it's not true anymore. So you have to figure out which times are best for you. And for this, you can always check your Instagram sites, and of course, think about, you know, your niche, like electronic music. Don't post on, you know, a Sunday morning, because people will be probably partying and in after parties, and I'm not sure if they're going to engage with your content. So you have to have this in mind. And so again, hashtag strategy, because studies show that posts with hashtags receive higher engagement than those without. Of course, you don't need to post like 500 hashtags in the same post. Okay, you can just select really the hashtags that make sense for you, and that will help people to find this content and, you know, connect. But use hashtags. This is very important. Sorry. Focus on authentic engagement. Guys, this is very important. Of course, we're sharing here a lot of great insights. But it's about, I think this is a lot about understanding who you are as an artist and your personality, and it's more like a self discovering process, and this is more related to brand. And we cover like more this in depth during the mentoring, because this is another like 3-day course, the branding part, because you have to answer like questionnaires to better understand. But it's very important that you focus on this authentic engagement, because at the end, people want to connect with you. So don't like look for algorithm hacks, because this will give you like short-term results, and you should focus on the connections that will be like long-term relationship with your audience. Okay, so also make sure to like answer your direct messages and comments. If you receive just a few, guys, just go. It's like the domino effect that Leticia mentioned, just keep going and you will start to see things moving for you. Okay, and very important, don't think, Leticia said this, but don't think that you have nothing interesting to say, to post and to say. Everyone is interesting to someone. You have to apply this mindset, because I'm sure that this will help you a lot. Okay, and last thing, the algorithms, always use analytics to see what's working. So like you can use the insights and filter, for example, for like the most commented posted that you have, the most saved posted that you have, and that's also will help you to create more content. And you can see, okay, this kind of post will bring me more like shares or more comments, and this is also like analysis for you to use to create your content. But of course, don't become the freak of analysis, because it's just for you to have some references here to help you in this process. And guys, please, I hope you that you start having fun with like social media, because you have to make peace with it. It's here to stay. So like really absorb everything that we are sharing with you, put in practice, so you can feel like motivated. And remember that social media is about connections, true connections. Like the word is about connections, right? So yes. Whew, I'm done.
Well done. Okay, guys. So now, we're going to talk about some content ideas, because what to post is always like the $1 million question. And just to follow up on something that Jessica said about having fun, I know I talk about it before, and the consistency and about having fun. It's just that sometimes you're like, no, I cannot say that. And then you say it. And then you're like, I quite like saying that. And then it becomes a part of what your personality. And it comes, then it becomes what your fans are expecting from you in your Instagram. Which brings me, what I'm trying to say is how you communicate with your audience is just as important as the content that you're posting, because you need to figure out, like, we have examples like, are you more, let's say, Adam Beyer, Charlotte DeWitt style, or are you more like a Stella Bossi and Ramiro Lopez, more gimmicky? Sorry, Adam and Charlotte are more gigs and lifestyle pictures. Stella Bossi and Ramiro Lopez are more gimmicky. Fred, again, is, for example, more like homemade content, and you have this closeness with him, and he gives this like fun vibe. Peggy Gou is a perfect example of fun, personal life, and lifestyle. I'm actually just gonna share here. Share screen. Okay, here we go. So just to share Charlotte, for example, it's more the gigs. This sort of picture is what we call like lifestyle picture, cool background, her alone. So yeah. And then the gigs, and she loves food, so she's always sharing about that. And then wait, can you guys see this? No, I cannot see this. Just give me 1 second. Here we go. This one. Just gonna share. Here we go. Okay. So Stella Bossi, for those, I don't know if you don't know, she does like more fun, content. So if you see this, it's her like having a beer with some police officers. It's more like gimmicky, and all her content is mainly like this. So my point is, you need to figure out how you want to communicate. Obviously, guys, this is the beginning of your career, and I'm not saying you need to do this sort of content basically, but it's even in the captions, how you speak, and in some, I have one of my previous mentees who is using social media as a way to show an artist trying to make it. And I think that's really cool. The content that he's sharing is like, the struggles and everything. And I find it really engaging. But why? Because it goes with his personality. You obviously shouldn't do something that really doesn't, make sense to you. So, but for him, it really makes sense, and it's funny, and I love watching his stuff, so it's engaging. So if you're able to go crazy with the ideas, please go crazy with the ideas, but don't feel like you need to. You need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because it's like I said, even, for me with this whole mentoring experience, sometimes I used to like, God, I really have to post with the, it has to be the good hair day. It has to be, I have to be able to say the right things and the this and the that. And, the more I do it and the more you kind of get used to it, it becomes more natural. So yeah, I know I said it 50 million times already in this live, but really try and just be consistent with it. Obviously, like Jessica just mentioned before, for you to be able to come up with who you are and your personality and really figure this out, there is a whole questionnaire. There is a whole you have to go deep within yourself, because obviously you don't just sit there and suddenly it comes to you. Some people already know what they want to portray on social media. That's great. But, it really takes a lot of work and sitting down and writing this down, which unfortunately we don't have time today, but which we do cover in our mentoring program, which is, I don't know if we said it yet, the LVR mentoring program for artists, lasts 3 months. And this, you can, do this exercise and figure who you are as an artist. But I just want to share some ideas, simple contents that you can share, on social media. So, like I said, lifestyle pictures. Jessica, if you can put that slide for me. Thank you. Yeah, you can do just some lifestyle pictures. Are you there? Yeah, thank you. And on it, you can, you need to show your interests and stuff that you're into. Like I was showing you the Charlotte, she's into food. So there is nice pictures of her with, eating food. And, or, on stories, you can share more your daily life. The other day she was like, roller skating, and you can do that. Or for example, Peggy Goo is really, really good at sharing her life. She posts, like, the carousels work really well at the moment, because if you see one picture and that picture hasn't caught your attention, Instagram will show you the other pictures until you give it a like. So make sure to post a lot of carousels, because those really work. You can post about, sports, food, animals, fashion, coffee, traveling, some of your habits, like we said before, there is always someone who's going to be interested in what you have to say. I believe that your content should look good. I am someone that likes aesthetics, and I believe if you see everyone's headliners Instagram, the aesthetics in their Instagram is very on point. Like, more and more these days, tour managers are becoming like, what was it the other day, Jessica, that you said? Content manager? Well, I don't know. There is like a new term because like content, is so important. What is the name, Jessica?
There is the tour manager and the content man. No, the content manager, because you have to.
It was something funny. Basically, it's like, tour managers are now videographers, and they're there to, and why? Because content is important, but you see the content that they're posting, and this content is quality, and I'm not expecting you to bring a videographer with you to your gigs and everything. I mean, if you can, please do, but the basic stuff, guys. Clean the lens before you take a picture. If you're gonna get your friend to film you at the club, like, get a friend who is not drunk, and and guys, please remember this: clean the lens, because you're gonna get so angry the next day when you wake up and you look at the content and it's all blurry. So please pay attention to this. Okay. You can share your personal life, I think, with moderation. I always say this. Sometimes, you're sharing pictures with your friends. For example, you're going to Ibiza with your mates. Okay. I personally, the way I would treat this trip in Ibiza is like a cool picture of you, let's say in front of, I don't know, High, cool picture of you in front of High, caption, I'm going to play here one day, and then another thing can be a carousel, a wrap up of how was your, holiday in Ibiza with your friends. I just don't believe that you should be posting like pictures all the time of you with your mates and you with your family. And, if you want to post a cool picture with your dog, always bring it to music, something like, always connect it to music somehow. Just don't, if you want to have like your personal Instagram, then create that account. But, also remember, you're an artist now. You need to act like an artist. Okay. So yeah, that's very important to me. You can share music and places that inspire you. Pictures with artists, or old pictures of you as a raver. Yes, of course, if you're playing some gigs, please make sure. I saw someone commented earlier. I was looking at the comments, and someone said that they prefer to post pictures because of when they're playing gigs and not videos for, because of the public, and honestly, guys, now what works and more is videos. So, and if you're playing a gig, you really want to transmit the feeling of the show, your performance and everything. So obviously, if there is videos of people like with their jaws all over the place and everything, just be more selective, but yeah, I know when you're doing gig content, it should be videos, okay? Because we need to feel the energy of that show. You can also post content behind the scenes of you on tour, what didn't go so well, what went well, you in the studio. Although a lot of up-and-coming artists really rely on this. It becomes like their saving thing. Oh, here I am in the studio, and you guys need to get out of the studio, your content of the studio, there is enough probably. So go out there, get a friend who is a photographer, or, find out a local photography school, get someone there. Hey, I need some pictures. Go and take some cool pictures around town, those would be called like lifestyle pictures. And yeah, just create as much content as you possibly can to be able to post. And of course, production tips. This works well on TikTok, actually. This production tips on TikTok. I think a lot of people are checking that out. Okay. Make sure your quality is high, as I said. And also, I think more and more people are unfortunately, with now social media, reading is becoming, people are just so quick at scrolling. So if you're going to make a long caption, make sure it's something personal. Then you can really, that's when it really engages. If it's just like something that is not very personal, people won't read and they'll just keep scrolling. All right. And on our WhatsApp group right now, or at some point tonight, we're gonna share with you guys 3 weeks of content idea. It's a plan. So yeah, it's in our WhatsApp group, which if you're not in our WhatsApp group, you should join our WhatsApp group. Okay. And now I'm just going to talk a little bit about the artist that I manage and share and analyze her profile. Here I am. I'm going to share screen again. Hope it works. Yes. Okay, guys. So this is Anna, the artist that I manage. And so also, every time you're going to post a Reels, guys, this is a Reels that she posted. Make sure to always have a nice cover picture. A lot of people forget to do this, okay? So please make sure you always put, yeah. So as you can see, this content was something that we did that was very creative because Anna, for those of you who don't know, she is a techno DJ, but she also has, she's really into spirituality, and she's also really into ambient music, and she just recently released an ambient album, which if you haven't heard yet, please go. And so yeah, on her Instagram, you can see that she shares this 2 sides to her, because this is very important to her, and it's important that her fans understand this and engage with this. So this is a collaboration post that she did with a very big artist from Brazil as well, because they're both playing together at Tomorrowland in Brazil. This is more like lifestyle. It's just her in Ibiza with her husband having a good time, which is nice to share. A nice artwork of her gigs. She's going to be playing 3 days of Tomorrowland, Brazil. This, again, her on tour. So this is what we would call a lifestyle picture, a very typical, this is what I was saying about High Ibiza, a picture of you in front of High. This is it, short little caption. This is, good. See this one with the background, her gigs, again, her ambient side, yeah, and yeah, shows, as you can see, wait, I think here, see, the content is high quality. There is a way to film it, and this is her tour manager who films this, as you can see, and she's using an iPhone, by the way. Okay, so you can create good quality content with an iPhone. So there you go. Okay, I think that's it. Right. Yeah, that's it. Jessica, over to you.
Hello, guys. I'm back. Okay. So let's go a bit more on, we are going advancing to the final part of the class in a bit more, almost. But okay, we are going to now approach the 3P method, which is a method that I think it helps a lot on content creation. Basically, we are approaching content creation now. And so now that you have a better understanding on what to post, the content ideas that Leticia just shared, this will help you with content creation. So this 3Ps method, it's a simple way to ensure that you keep consistent and create content to increase your visibility, okay? Of course, that, as we know, creating content can be a very heavy weight added to your daily life. So I think that if you follow this this content here. I think this will help you to improve on your content creation process. And I was just like taking a look at the comments, and I know that a lot of artists say, oh, nowadays we have like social media is such a huge thing and no one's really care about music anymore. And of course that people care about music, but this is how the world is it at the moment. So we have to make peace with it. And it's really about like saying, oh, okay, you know, I think all the jobs have the part of the job that you hate. You don't love everything that you do, even if you love your job. Like we always say that artists are paid to travel and not to play, because the travel is really annoying. Like when you become like a artist that is touring like a lot, it's very annoying to be in the airports. But anyways, so it's just some days you're going to enjoy and some of the days you won't enjoy, but you have to do it. It's part of the process. It's part of being a DJ and being a producer. So, okay, so first P of the 3Ps method that I created for you guys is the planning. Okay, so I would say that this is the most important part of the process, and it's basically the creative part. So if you see this way, it can be fun because you are artists, you like to be creative. So see it this way. Okay, this is the phase where you write down all your content and they need to be created. And of course, this needs to be adapted to your own reality and schedule. So it's doable for you. If you like, you can't commit to post 5 times per week if you won't do that. And then you get frustrated and then you stop doing. You know, it's like when you commit like, okay, I go to the gym from Monday to Friday, and then you just go like once a week, and then you said, oh, okay, fine, I just quit, you know. So it's about the consistency that, you know, Leticia already covered here in this class. So the first insight here is schedule in your calendar. So make sure to dedicate a time in your week to create content. I recommend that you to take one day of your week and sit for a couple of hours and write down your ideas. I believe that like 3 hours a week are enough for you to write down your ideas, but of course depends on your mood, because sometimes we just wake up and we're not feeling inspired. So it's basically like, do you know, I think it's all about mindset, because do you know when you started to produce music and then you're like trying to get that texture or that sound, and you're really trying to do, but you don't know how to do. And then you start understanding how to get where you want to be. And then it is like unblocking a part of your brain, and then suddenly become like second nature, and then you start doing this. So I think this is a very, very important part of the process, like really having the mindset that if you start doing, and guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's not that like all headliners in the world have like everything like really, really scheduled, but of course they plan. There is a lot of strategy involved in like headliner's career, I can guarantee to you. But you know, once you really start like getting in the vibe and the mood and in the flow, then you can relax a little bit. But it's important that for you to start really making progress, that you follow like a method, that you have the discipline, that you make space for it. Okay. So create with intention. Here it's very important that you like ask yourself, what is the intention with this post? So this will help you to have a more like clear idea on the content you're creating. Sometimes the answer is going to be like, the intention is that I get more likes and it's completely fine. Then you can like with the analysis and with your insights, you can go over the posts that work more for you. You can post, I don't know, a selfie, or you can post like everything that like connects with the audience, that you're sharing a story. Like you can do that with like static image, a picture from you, and you can tell a story of how you enter in the music, how that artist inspired you. So you can do that. And here in the create with intention is, it's better to focus on quality over quantity, okay? Because sometimes like, okay, you have to post every day, you have to keep posting. Of course, if you have content, go for it. But if not, it's better that you post like quality content than quantity, okay? So set clear goals. So let's say, are you looking to promote like online classes, promote an event, to sell tickets, build a community? Community is so important nowadays, guys. So showcase your expertise, or, you know, what is the goal with this post? I think this is also guide you on creating content. And a very important question here that will also help you to, like, when produce the content is like, what do you have, like if you start the month, what do you have planned for this month? Okay, so do you have like a set? Do you have a stream? Do you have music coming? Do you have interviews? So like start with this, because the answer for this will lead you to take action for what you need to do to have this content created to share on social media. Okay. Yes. So then we go to content pillars, which I like this very much because I use it to do this a lot. When I was a DJ and producer, I was kind of good in social media, and I was just ignoring the other parts. But of course, social media back in the days also didn't have, you know, the same weight that it has today. So I love this because it really helps you to like, after doing this study about what you like, what is your personality about, you know, and this is fun. This is like, okay, how I want people to perceive me, how I want to expose my art, myself, my personality. Okay. So when you like decide this, you can, I don't know, you can create pillars, let's say 3 pillars, like studio content, and then lifestyle picture, and then recommendation, because this is important, because we're talking here about the content creation part. So you have to produce this content, and if you have more like guidelines, this will make easier when the time to produce the content arrives. Okay. So visual aesthetics, as Leticia said, this is important, and something here that this is very particular. It needs to be like professional. But for example, I saw that someone commented about the Butch content on Instagram. So like, he's very funny. Like if you see, for example, Fred again, he can make some more like homemade content. Okay, like with his family, but you can notice, if you really like analyze these artists, that they select a kind of aesthetic, they select a kind of content, because it, of course, portrays their personality, and they go for it. So of course, Fred again is huge. You know, he also has like videos from gigs and everything, but you can see that it's very close. He's very sensitive, so you can feel the essence. I'm sure that I'm talking here about Fred again. I'm sure that already of you can already feel his vibe, right? So this is about like the aesthetics. You don't need to go crazy on, oh, my feed needs to be like everything the same color. Again, we had a time that this had a big importance. This is not that important once you have aesthetic, define it, and looking professional and good. So posting frequency, you have to be realistic again to what you can do. So my suggestion here is for you to aim to post 3 posts on feed, like reels, carousel, and like this kind of content, static images, pictures, and stories as much as you can. Okay, so challenge here, like start posting this amount of content. And stories, guys, you don't need to be like talking on stories all the time. Just post some, because then also this will unblock you to like keep going on the flow, okay, of posting. And of course, feed posts permanent and suited for more curated content. So being very honest here is where we show that our life, you know, is amazing and we don't have problems, and basically, you know, more the, you know, the cool things, the things that you're proud of sharing. and stories can be more close, content that people will connect. And then, okay, be realistic with your capacity, on creating and maintaining the quality of content when selecting this posting frequency, okay? And yes. And then content mix, again, I saw another question here about, okay, should I post more like lifestyles? And guys, I think you have to remember that you are artists and you want to look professional. So the recommendation here is like post as much things related to music. So let's say if you're posting, if you love coffee and you want to like add this to your content, try to always relate somehow to music. So, okay, I'm drinking like the best coffee ever, I don't know, before I go to the studio, or I don't like a coffee is very good before like playing my gig. I don't know. You have tried to always like be a bit more thoughtful and relate to music. And I think this is a very good tip. And you can post like behind the scene glimpses, and don't forget the interactive posts, okay guys, because we want to promote engagement, and engagement means interaction. Engagement means this exchange of comments, likes, and everything. Content calendar, this is very important, because once you have it seems a lot, but when you start doing, you see that it's simple, guys. It's simple to do it. If you start doing, I promise that will become much more easy for you. So to keep consistent, you can have like, there is a lot of tools out there to schedule your post, but you can just use like Google Calendar or whatever calendar you have, and then you can do like, this and this day I'm going to use this pillar to post this content, and then you already have everything scheduled. And then we go for the producing part of the method, which is the P2. Thank you, Letty. Okay, so the idea here is that the content production becomes part of your daily life. So this way you can integrate these tasks and make it become less heavier to you. So very simple, guys. You have shows. I used to do this, like buy this very cheap like tripod on Amazon, put in front of you, like even if the gig was not amazing, you have content from your face, like dancing. This, like, you can have content. You don't need, of course, if you have videos from behind with the crowd in front of you, better. But if not, just do this way that I'm saying to you. You can just set up very easily, very quick, and get content. Leave the camera on your studio recording. Well, if you're like practicing or if you're producing, do some time lapses. Very nice to do time lapses. They go also well. And also you can optimize your time here. Won't like do 2 things at a time. Then you just can edit in a more simple way as well. Playing sets and mixes, like, I'm sure that there is a studio near you that you can like rent for a couple of hours and record a nice, set that you can also use the set to have, let's say, a series of sets that you can have every month. Another tip here that just came to mind that you can use is that if you like, let's say, if you have a monthly set series, you can like support other artists and post on social media the name of the artist as well, because then you can start interacting with this artist. I'm sure this is for the networking class. I'm like just jumping here, but okay. We can approach this in the next class as well. So use templates and tools. Like Instagram has a lot, like Reels, for example. There is a lot of templates that can optimize your time. You just put the pictures, you just put the videos and go. And like lifestyle pictures. You can do the lifestyle pictures on the way for when you're going to meet your mate, your friends. You know, it's very basic, guys. It's very basic to create this content. And again, content life cycle. You can always repost something that you've posted, like, I don't know, 2 months ago. It's fine. If it's a good content, you can post again, maybe change the caption, just archive and post again. If you don't have, oh, this week I'm super busy, I can't. Don't freak out. Like, you can do this, and this also will help you. And last but not least, posting hashtags again, because this will like help you to connect with more people that are interested in your content and start. You can also like when posting, you can also like go to other hashtags to see, you know, what people are posting and commenting to get more engagement. You know, this is like a simple thing, but helps. You know, if you see that it's a nice profile, it's a nice content, you can interact with the content. This also will help you with engagement. Okay, so make sure to add hashtags to your post. And again, the engagement strategy. This is the basic part of the process. You know, you post it. You can also use platforms to schedule your post if you want to. And you can also even schedule from like Meta and everything, and on Instagram. But like here is the, if you have done all this process, this is the let's say easiest part. And don't forget to engage with your content, guys. So I think that if you really like see this class and apply this method, I'm sure that this will help you a lot if you divide in these 3 steps and make time for it. I promise you that if you apply this in a practical way, you will see progress in your content creation and social media. Okay, guys. So hello, Letty.
I'm back. Okay, guys, so now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what to do. Am I, Jessica, or did I just steal a little part of your thing? Or were you done?
No, I was done. Yes.
Oh, okay, you were done. Sorry. Okay, guys, so now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what to do and what not to do, which I realize now looking at my notes that I kind of already spoke before about this section, but I'll try and speak again without going overboard. So you need to act like, I mean, if this makes sense to you, okay? If you want to, okay, so you need to act like you are an artist. And I think to a lot of people, you get imposter syndrome of going out there and really like, okay, I'm a DJ, I'm a producer, you know, you're worried about what other people are going to think of you. Trust me, I understand that very well. All of this for me sometimes is overwhelming. So I really get it. But you obviously know what you're doing, okay? So, and you obviously love what you're doing. So you need to just own it, okay? Because I think this can be something that really stops people from trying, you know, to post on social media because of what other people are going to think of you. So just this, you have to learn to conquer this fear and really not let it, you know, rule your life, because it would be a shame for talent to be wasted on fear of, you know, not being, you know, what people are going to say about you on social media. So please don't do that. Also, I said it before, but like when you're posting, you know, own it. Like, you know, you're an artist, act like an artist, post like an artist, get ideas from the artists that you look up to. Like, you know, how do they post? Like, what are the kind of pictures that they're taking? You know, really, look to them for inspiration on what you can be doing as well. But of course, always have your tone of voice, because, you know, when it's so important to find your voice amongst all the competition that there is, you know, because there's so many, you know, DJs, and you need to stand out and, you know, find who you are. you know, what your sound is, what your the way you speak to your fans is. So please work on figuring this out, because showing your personality on social media, it's amazing. Like, even like I was saying before, like this mentee that you know, is kind of showing the struggles of being an up and coming artist. I find that content extremely engaging, you know, and it, you know, a lot of people are there, oh, that's so basic, but it's not. It's engaging and it's different, you know. So yeah, work on figuring that out. I had the note here, but I said that before. Clean your lens if you're taking pictures, if you're filming. You know, if you're going to a gig, like, think before you get to the gig, who is going to film content for you at this gig? You know, which is going to be your friend, or, you know, look at the way that people, I said to you, for example, Anna's content from the gig is someone using an iPhone, okay? I think it's an iPhone 13 Pro or something, but it's not the latest one, it's an iPhone. But the person is committed to that video. You know, I think sometimes when you pass over your phone to your girlfriend or to your friend, they don't really want to, you know, like, they're a bit hiding in the background, scared of, you know, being noticed by, you know, by the people watching you play. But guys, come on, you know, we're in this together. Like, please just get some really nice shots. Look at the way Anna's videos are shot and get inspiration from it, okay? Ask your friend to go to the crowd and shoot some videos from the crowd towards you as well. That's really working at the moment. If you see, for example, I think Loic said it the other day, you know, Moshak, you know, he really started this trend of from the dance floor to the DJ, and that's really working. So yeah, focus on that. Don't use Flash. Please do not use Flash inside a DJ booth. I know it might seem, I might be stating the obvious, but trust me, I still see that happen. Yeah, I said it before, you know, ask, you know, check out if there is a photography school, or, you know, look on Instagram, find a cool photographer. It really shouldn't cost you the earth to spend money on some good, you know, pictures of you out and about, you know. And I think a lot of people that's taking those pictures is one thing, but then like posting them, and then that's when the imposter syndrome and worrying what people are going to judge you. That's another thing you need to conquer. So there is a lot you need to conquer in all of this, guys. And, you know, nobody said it was going to be easy. You know, it's a difficult, you know, it takes a lot of persistence, but, you know, if you believe that you have it, and I'm sure you do, then you got to keep going, you know, and it takes time, guys, you know. Like Charlotte, you know, she has been doing this for years. Charlotte DeWitt, Anna had been doing since she was for people. Everyone has been doing this for a very, very, very long time. And then once you think you made it, then there is another 3-4 years before you get to that, you know, top level. So it takes work, guys. But once you get there, you're really playing in front of thousands of people. I mean, I'm not the one playing, but when I'm standing next to my artist playing, I get really like, wow, this is insane. So it's worth it. And that's it. But that brings me to the point of mental health and social media. Guys, it's what I said before. You know, I think there is a lot that, you know, you see what other people are doing, and, you know, you think everyone is doing so well on, wow, look, they're playing this gig, they're playing that gig, they're doing, you know, they're releasing on this label, they're doing this, they're doing that. And this can really, really get to you. And guys, people only post on social media the good things, right? Like, we all know this. And we forget, though, that, listen, even headliners are looking at each other or seeing each other as like competition, and they are like, oh, look, this person is playing at this gig, why am I not on this lineup, and things like this. So this proves to you that it happens to everyone, you know. And we really have to be careful, because social media is a big reason why people are depressed these days. And and for me, this is something very important, that we have to be kind to ourselves and not let it rule you. And that's what I said before. If you're not able to do the post for that week, or if you're not feeling it, don't give yourself a hard time, guys. It's okay. The most important thing, first and foremost, is you and your mental health. Everything else comes second. So, because if you're not in a good place mentally, whatever you do, the energy that you're going to put into it is not going to be the right energy. And, I said this in another live, that when you make decisions out of desperation, it's usually not the right decision. So, first and foremost, focus on you, and get inspired by social media. Use it as your friend. Use it as a way to showcase what you have going on. Obviously, you need to have things going on, guys. But to have things going on is not just playing gigs and releasing music. Like I said before, you can create mixes, you can create a stream, you can go out and about and take pictures and post them and show your personality. You can. Ultimately, if you want to become, a big headliner, yes, you need to release music, and yes, you need to be playing gigs. And we're going to get more into this, especially the bit about playing gigs and networking, in tomorrow's session. But wow, I think I said everything I had to say. And now we're going to invite some of our previous mentees who are here with us today. So
I think we have to call Luz first, because she's more tight with time. So
okay. All right. So let's call Luz. I'm going to add her. Here she is. Hi, Luz.
Hi, hola a todos.
Hola.
I was just finishing my makeup because I have a photo shoot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Luz, it's so good to see you.
Yeah, it's so good to see you guys too.
Thank you so much for making time to be here today.
No, thank you for inviting me.
So, Luz, I remember when we did the first 101 with you. Remember that first 101? And I remember how you were, and I felt that the light was a little bit off. I must admit that with you, you were a little bit like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. And now I feel your energy really is, talk us a little bit about this.
Yeah, like at the beginning of the mentoring, I was in the middle of deciding to quit my career, my 12-year career in that moment. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to... And I didn't really know what to do. But the best thing about the mentoring is that I got back my confidence, that I found my voice in social media, that I didn't have like a voice, like I didn't know how to connect with my audience I kind of, but not like be that consistent. Yeah. And also I didn't know how to knock some doors from the promoters, how to deal with rejection. I still working on that, but most important of everything, I work in myself during the last year, at the same time of working in music and everything, I started therapy. I started to looking at my health and everything. So I think that it's also reflecting somehow in my social media, in the confidence that I have now and everything.
No, definitely. I really felt during when we met you, and then guys, just to give some background, Luz is from Mexico, right?
From Mexico, from Querétaro, and I'm based in Mexico City.
Yes.
Which style of music do you play, Luz? Share a little bit with us.
Yeah, I just I used to say that I play progressive house and techno, but I just discovered that I played progressive techno, like it's not.
Okay, there we go with the labels.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's not melodic techno, but it's not progressive house, and it's not that hard techno, it's like techno with progressions, and with different progressions than the melodic techno. Yeah.
And guys, the crazy thing is that also through the mentoring, Luz started tour managing my artist Sama Abduhadi sometimes. So that was really fun, right?
Yeah, it was really fun, and I also I'm really grateful with Leticia and Sama as well, because Sama gave me back the thing that I lost during these 12 years in this industry, that I'm here for the music. Of course, there's a whole industry, but when you are true when you are true to music, everything starts to, I don't know, to engage, or I don't know.
Yeah, but that's what we say, like the main thing is the music, and then you use tools to help you put the music out there, right?
Totally.
To spread the message. So if music is really what you live and breathe and go to sleep and wake up and everything, then it will be, people will notice this.
You will find a solution, or you will find the light at the end of the hole and everything. It's a hard way, but you will figure it out.
But I must admit that we were like going through your social media, Leticia and I, the other day, and we just remembered about the first session, and then like we could see the transition on the social media when you're starting doing the mentoring, because now I feel that you have more, I don't know, you have more, it's more you. I see you when I see you, you have more personality, and like attitude, and like pictures are more, I don't know. I really, I'm very proud of you, because you have done a very good job, and it's very nice to see your improvement. And
thank you guys. Yes, I found the real me in social media, and it was at the beginning, it was scary, because I was like, I don't know what to talk about to my followers and everything, and the easiest answer was just to be me, I didn't have to hide anything, even the struggles, like you said before. No one is putting the struggles of this of being in this career, and it's something that the people really value, that like when you connect with the people, when you have a struggle or something, they really connect with you, because they see how vulnerable you are, how human you are, and everything. And that's a very important thing to do in social media.
That's very true, to show the struggles as well as the things that you're achieving, for sure. Luz, what are you gonna do? Go and take some pictures, some new press shots, or lifestyle?
Lifestyle pictures.
Lifestyle
Pictures. I have been delaying this for 1 month or something, because I got COVID again, and the photographer got COVID as well, and it was like, no, I don't feel well, and now me neither. And
now, okay, I can't wait to see these pictures on your Instagram. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
For making time.
Thank you guys, and it was really nice to chat with all of the audience.
Are you coming to ADE?
No, I'm not going, because I have my first festival outside of Mexico. I'm going to play in San Amando.
Oh my God!
It's in the same date.
Well, but we see next year here in Europe.
Next year during the summer. I hope so.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Luz.
Okay.
Bye. Okay. I miss every time we see the mentees. I miss like our weekly chats, that we do with each other. It's weird. But soon we will have new ones. And now we're gonna call Bjorn. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Bjorn. How are you?
No, I'm fine. Everything is doing well.
Things are going really well, Bjorn. Nice. Well done. Okay, so Bjorn, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit where you're from, which mentoring you were in. Like,
I think I was in the third mentoring. I'm from Germany, and I make peak time techno when we talk in beatport genres. I started DJing in 2005, traditionally with 2 turntables and a mixer. Yes, and
nice.
I didn't had a plan to do this one day as a professional, but during COVID in 2020, I decided to do an electronic music producer course, and I graduated in 2020, and I had some small releases, and things were good, and so I started to taking this industry serious.
Yeah, you did, and then what? You decided to join the LVR mentoring. Like you were like,
I did the master classes from Anna, Weber, and Victor, and
Okay.
during that I got the invitation for the mentoring, and then I said this is a great opportunity to look behind the scenes.
Yeah, and it was guys, like as the LVR, we become like a family. We really do. So every time, like I've been following Bjorn's journey, and kind of, and we help him. And I remember there were moments of like desperation where Bjorn was like, nothing is happening, and then I remember just asking but did you follow up? No. Okay, follow up. And then
follow-up message.
And then it was like he followed up, and then it happened. I remember it was just so it was a great experience having you in the mentoring. Can you talk us a little bit the things that you learned?
Yeah, what do you think
yes.
the most?
When I started, before I started the mentoring, I had several problems with my I won't call it a career, but the biggest problem was I didn't have any gigs at that time, and I looked for faults in others instead of in myself, and I always thought I was doing everything right. I sit in a studio, I make music, I release music. Why don't I have any gigs? And my second problem was that I felt completely alone. You have to know I'm from a very small town in southern Germany. Nobody listens to techno here. Nobody understands me here. So
actually that was very nice, right? Because I think actually something about that is really nice about the mentoring that I'm proud of is the fact that it's such a lonely journey being a DJ, trying, being an up and coming DJ. And I think becoming part of a community and having this closeness with us. And I don't know, I think this is something that I'm very proud when we see each other, and it's amazing.
Yes.
Like you're coming to
we all understand each other's problems, and we all we all sharing the same passion, and so that's great to talk to everybody all the time when we see us or when we have a chat on Instagram or something like this.
Are you coming to ADE?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I just want to keep like this story. So now that how you feeling? You have more gigs, you're like networking more.
Yes, I have more gigs, and I signed my first agency in August, and now things are getting better. This is the first month. October is the first month in my career where when I have 4 gigs in a row. Yeah, that's really great. Next week I will play together with Space 92. In the end of October I will play together with Joy Hauser. So
nice, Bjorn. Oh, nice. I get emotional. We literally, it's so good to see. Oh, well done. So proud of you.
It's really good. Really, many things happened in the last year. That's really crazy.
Well done, Bjorn. Honestly, you're super hardworking. You really care about your career, and I think that's the first thing, right? If you're like, I'm not, you're always out there networking. You know, you always make a point to come to the shows and go and and so
Yeah. I was such an introvert. I started. I didn't go out, and now it's getting better. Yeah, I was at many shows in the last year. Also met your artists and becoming friends with them, texting, sharing music. It's really amazing, and I feel accepted, and that's very important for me, that the people taking me serious as an artist.
Yeah,
of course. Well done, Bjorn. Thank you so much for being here with us today, really. And it's so
no
nice.
problem, every time.
And it's so nice.
We're very proud to see your journey. We're always talking about you, and go for it. We're here. We're watching.
Yes, I will.
We see you at ADE, right? Sorry, I don't know if
Yes, we'll see you at
sure
ADE.
at ADE. Many things will come in the next year.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Bjorn. We'll see you
See you. Bye.
Bye. Guys, for those of you who don't know, because I'm seeing some comments in the box, like what we keep talking about Amsterdam and ADE. Wait, are we talking about this tomorrow, Jessica? Should I not give a spoiler?
Yeah, you can talk about it. We have go for it.
Well, ADE is Amsterdam Dance Event, and it happens in the middle of October in Amsterdam, and everyone from the industry, anyone who is someone in the industry is there, you know, in terms of the business, like, you know, managers, agents, A&R, everything. We're all there, and a lot of up and coming artists. There is a panel, you guys. So, you know, if you can invest on something, I would definitely recommend that you invest on this. We are also going to be doing an LVR mentoring gathering, which is usually closed, but I think I'm going to make it open this year so that we can meet some of you guys. So yeah, looking forward to seeing you at ADE. Okay. All right.
So guys, before we go to the free mentoring, we just want to remind a little bit of what we have learned today, and all the content that you have gained from us. I'm sure will be very beneficial to you, and I hope you have written down a lot of things. And we are sure that if you're here today, you have access to content that a lot of artists do not have. So this event is basically a journey in the electronic music, and we are sure that this knowledge will be decisive for all of you who want to make a living from music. And we are actually proud of this content because we have worked very hard to put these guys for you. And we are sure that this content cannot be easily found out there. And I'm sure that if you've been in this industry for a long time, or you just started, you notice that this is a very competitive market, and having success can be very overwhelming and time consuming. And that's why we are here. We are here to provide you with a reliable and practical way to accelerate your career, and something that truly gives you clarity on which steps to take to achieve your full potential as an artist. And that's why we will open the next LVR mentoring program for artists on Thursday, and we'll give more details on that.
When? Tomorrow? Thursday?
I said Thursday.
Oh, okay. So yeah, guys, you saw Bjorn's story. He's achieved a lot. Obviously, he's really dedicated to this, to making it. So, here I am. So he's really dedicated to making it. But obviously, with the program that we've created, the LVR mentoring program for artists, we were there by his side to guide him, to give assistance to he had questions, we helped him. We bring special guests who know what they, who tells you how things work from our side. So it's not me making it up. It's a fact, when you have a promoter saying what he's looking for and you hear it firsthand, then yeah. So, the information that we share is not easily found out there, and this is actually why we created this, because, when we produce Jessica, do you want to come back on screen so we can talk a little bit about this?
Yeah.
When COVID happened, obviously there was no more touring. So we kind of were like, okay, so what do we do? And Jessica and I started producing the Unaware Studio Masterclass and the Victor Ruiz Masterclass. And then we realized that, okay, people know how to produce, great, but do they know how to do the business side? And we felt that there is, a gap in the market, whatever you may call it, but there is no knowledge out there for this information, and that's why we've put ourselves, and I must admit, out there, and sometimes it can be even overwhelming for me to be sitting here because, I manage the artist career of 3 very big artists. So, for me to make the time and to do this for people is because it really means a lot to me to see artists, like Bjorn, like Luz, who, when we first met them, they were at one stage, and now we're still in touch, and I see them, months later, like really in another place in their career. And to know that we were able to help them on this journey, this is really what it's all about, really.
Yeah.
Like, it really is. And seeing them in our gatherings together, like when we meet at AD or when we meet at Sonar, this really is extremely important to me. So, yeah.
So yes, guys. So like basically on Thursday, you have the opportunity to receive this complete guidance that Bjorn and Luz receive it, and you have the chance to get closer guidance from both of us and get closer to opportunities that will open the door for you. We are preparing some very special things for this mentoring. I cannot say at this moment, but I'm sure that if you are part of the mentoring, this will help you to sign tracks, get more gigs, approach the right contacts, and be part of this amazing community that Leticia is saying. And of course, with also the guidance from us, which are people that you can rely and who already helped various other artists to grow. So yes, Letty, over to you. I think before we go to the free mentoring.
Sorry, I think I got a little bit lost. I think I said everything, no? That I had to say. No, I didn't. Okay, sorry guys, just one little minute. Okay, yeah, found myself. Apologies. Sorry guys, we have a script because it's a lot to say, and get a bit overwhelmed over here. So yes. So just one important thing is that we want to give the best assistance we can. And if we have too many people in a mentoring, that means we are not able to give the best assistance, because obviously I have to work also on the artist career of 3 very big touring artists. So this means we only have 40 spots available. We only had 30 last time. I said, okay, let's put another 10 people because, so we have 40 spots, but that's it. And, on Thursday, we're going to open. So guys, it's not available yet to apply. It's just on Thursday. Okay. So get ready, because I saw some comments. Some people are saying, I'm too late. You're not too late. Thursday.
Yeah, we're going to open on Thursday. And
yeah, and basically just to say that every time when you apply for the mentoring, you need to apply. There is a questionnaire you fill out, and I personally and Jessica go into each application, and we select the people that if we feel we can help the most at this moment. Guys, it doesn't mean that but just to make it clear, sorry, before I moved on, it's this mentoring right now is the last mentoring we're going to do for these conditions and under this price. We're going to restructure things, but so it doesn't mean that if you apply now and we don't select you, that you cannot apply again. But to make it clear, these conditions and under this price, this is the last time we're going to do it. Okay.
Okay, guys. So yes, and the reason why we do this with just a few people is because we really guide, that's why it's a mentoring. You are learning a lot here. And of course, we're sharing the best content we can, but in the mentoring, we go like together with you. We pick in your hand, we go together on the way, and then we help you with your specific needs. Okay. So before the free mentoring, we are going to get there, guys. Wait. Yeah, really, we're almost there. So today we have covered a lot on social media and the importance of social media on a successful artist career, content ideas, planning, content creation, and how to use social media in a more simple way, and also the do's and don'ts, mental health. And I'm sure that by applying this, that you have learned it in practice, you can already improve on your social media and increase your visibility as an artist, and you will get closer to your dream of making a living from music. Tomorrow, guys, it's a very special and nice and cool class, because we approach networking and the secrets of approaching industry contacts, and you learn how to do that, even if you're an introvert, as Bjorn just said, and even if you don't know how to network, and you will learn how to find the right contacts and network in a more comfortable way for you. So everything we are doing here in these 3 days is to show you that it's possible to make it, that it's possible to do everything we're teaching in your way and adapt to your own way to make progress. Okay. So finally, the free mentoring. So guys, please write your questions and write specific needs that you have at this moment in your career, so we can really answer your question and guide you.
It would be great, guys, just to be clear, because I was reading some comments on, sorry, I'm reading whilst Jessica is speaking. It's 2 separate things. Okay, we're doing a free mentoring right now at the end of this class, and I think we're doing one tomorrow, correct, Jessica?
Yeah.
Okay, that's one thing. Then there is the LVR mentoring program for artists, which is a program that lasts 3 months, that we meet every week with you. And that's something else. That application's open on Thursday. That's a huge thing. Okay. Today is just a little mentoring that we can do here on YouTube, because you need to write your questions. If you can write now your questions, and please write where you're from and your age, just so I can get a little bit of so I can answer your questions. All right, let's go to the chat. Sorry, people are funny in the chat, some of these questions. Guys, come on. This is okay, how to approach a venue manager to offer your service. Guys, the person who is asking this question, join us tomorrow, because it's all about networking. Okay, if you want to approach, someone said it before, I saw in the comment section, about having the right contacts. Well, you only get the right contacts if you network. So whoever wrote that before, join us tomorrow as well. Jessica, you sing? Okay, wait.
Guys, this is your chance. Write your questions. We have a bit of a delay here. We're waiting the questions to come in, and then we will answer your questions. We had a lot of questions earlier, but they got lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to find here. Yes, guys, same time tomorrow. Da, 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 da. Sorry.
Guys, we see a lot.
Oh, sorry.
I see a lot of questions on the mentoring here. We are going to share everything on Thursday, okay? Be here with us because we're going to tell the price and everything and how the program works in detail, okay?
Someone is asking if it only makes sense to apply to the mentoring if you're producing. No, guys, you can apply to the mentoring even if you're not producing, okay?
We have a question here regarding to ads. Oh, sorry, it's going too fast. I lost the question. Amount per month. Guys, the paid, this is a very good question. Paid media. Guys, we believe that you should do the paid ads, but of course, considering you are an artist, you have to be a bit careful with that because you cannot be like just doing ads with no intention, as we said about the posts. So for example, if you have a release coming, if you have a nice content that you think is worth it to do paid ads in the specific territories to grow your fan base, I think it's okay to test. And I think like using Instagram nowadays is almost impossible that you grow a lot your content without doing paid ads, guys. So of course you have to, if normally you can like secure a percentage of per month of your gigs if you have revenue from gigs, or you can say, oh, this month I'm going to invest, I don't know, 100, 200 and see how it goes. We cover more in depth. I cannot say the bonus, but we have a bonus on the mentoring for this related to ads on the mentoring, just a bit of a spoiler. But this is a very like big topic, so we cannot approach here in the session, but there is ways of doing this, okay? You can grow organically the way we have comment here. There's a lot of insights, but paid media is very important. And just in regards, because I saw a question here earlier in regards to PR, if it's worth it to do PR nowadays, considering this paid media, like paid ads and everything. I think the answer for this question is it's worth it first if you work with a good PR agency, because there is a lot of agencies that are not very good doing the work out there. And PR can be very expensive. So if you have something that you really want to put out there, like an amazing release, or you want to have, a release campaign together with the PR, okay, that makes sense. But also only makes sense if you're going to get some cool and relevant features on blogs and magazines, because if you're only getting a few things here and there, it won't make an impact in your career. So it's better that you invest in paid media, or in like paid media to your Spotify to get more plays and to like basically expand, your growth in social media and when people listening to your music. Okay.
There's a question here. There's some people asking the same question. Just if like, oh, I work in events and I'm also a DJ, or I'm a sound technician and I'm also a DJ, should I have 2 different accounts? I think you need to have one account just focusing on you as the artist, and then you can have your personal account for you as, the sound technician and everything, but you are a DJ. That's what, and I would create just an account focused on you as the artist. Yes. Okay. Because then sometimes you can, I know, it's like, oh, then I can get this content from, the festival that I worked at, not as an artist, but it kind of becomes your safety net, and guys, you got to create content for you as the artist. So just focus on an Instagram just as an artist. Okay.
I have a question here. Germany 40, how do I get more engagement on my post? I think we have covered a lot about this on this session. So I think that if you apply what you have like said here, and by the way, guys, the replay of this class will be available. You will receive like over WhatsApp and over email. And it's a very cool platform. You're going to see what I'm talking about. So you can just rewatch this class and apply, because this will help you to create more engaging content. Okay. And also, as someone commented here, use the algorithm on your favor, which is something that we also approached on this class. Okay.
Guys, there is a question here. How important is it to have an EPK? EPK stands for Electronic Press Kit. I highly recommend that if you are an up-and-coming artist, you do create an EPK, because EPKs are used for you to send to potential like clients, i.e. promoters, to book you to gigs. Okay, so this is what, when you're trying to approach someone, you send them the EPK attached, you know, to your email or to your message, or okay, and it shows you as a brand, it shows you as an artist. EPK, guys, is like a kind of 2-sheet PDF where you have, very quickly, a press picture, a little short biog, your mixes, some videos of you playing, your latest releases, contact information, social media, you know, platforms to click in, everything hyperlinked. Okay, I'm making this very short, but yes, EPK. Difference between an EPK and a press kit or press pack is, a press pack is what you send to promoters after you are confirmed to a gig. So in that, there should be your technical writer, your press pictures for them to then be able to create the artwork for the show. Okay, hope that helps.
I have another one here, tips on getting a sustainable listening stream on Spotify. This is, this depends. And again, we, like in the mentoring, we can like analyze more specific each artist, because every artist is unique. So this will depend if you're releasing with labels, if you're self-releasing. So if you're self-releasing, then you should go for more different like release plan. If you're aiming to release your tracks with labels, then it's a different story. So I think this answer is basically depend on how you're releasing this label and what is your goal with this release. But basically, consistency is key. If you want to increase your fan base, your plays on Spotify, you have to keep doing things in like repeatedly. Okay. We also have another question about age, like someone saying 36 years old, and
no, too late. Is that what they're asking?
If it's too late, yeah.
No, it's not too late, guys. It's definitely not too late. Yeah, don't worry about that. You know, like, I don't know if I should be sharing people's ages here, but trust me, a lot of the people that you're seeing out there are, you know, older than you think they are. So really, don't worry. 36, you're still good to go. Yeah, but what, Jessica? I feel like
start now.
Yeah,
because
yes.
as we've seen, you know, it's like there is a way to go. So
yeah.
Like really, if you want to do this, dedication, commitment, and you know everything that we're teaching here, apply, because it takes time. We cannot like, you know, so start as soon as possible to really like facing this as a professional career if you want to do this.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, I think that's it. Yeah, Jess?
Let me see.
There was one here that I highlight. Okay, what's a writer? A writer, and there's a technical writer and there's the backstage writer, or yeah, the technical writer is the things that you need that the promoter provides to you so you can perform at the gig. So how many CDJs do you need? What mixer do you use? You know, that sort of stuff. And the backstage is usually what you want to drink. You know, in the beginning of your career, you shouldn't be very demanding. Okay, so yeah, some beers, you know, some drink tokens. Don't go asking for like champagne and tequila. Someone is saying I have 2 accounts, but more followers in my personal account. Is it better to take this one as my artist account? Yeah, you can archive some of the more personal stuff and start using this, you know, and the people who don't want to follow you, you can create a new account for your personal one. And then, you know, people who are not there to literally engage with content that, you know, like buy tickets to your gigs or really be a fan, they'll leave, and, you know, and that's okay. Ultimately, you know, it's like having a database of people you want to send. If people don't want to get your emails because they're not interested in your product, so it's okay if they go, you know.
I think we have one more question here that I think then we can end. So, because I think it's, yeah, been here for almost 2 hours and a half. So Lucas from Italy, I am a resident DJ in a club and I just left my agency because they were exploiting us to make money from them. Now I would like to play out from my city, Milan, for example. Any advice? The question here is like, are you going out there to network? Do you have contacts there? Do you have like friends that like you're networking online to start hanging out, to get to know the local scene? Okay, I'm already giving a lot of spoilers on tomorrow's class, but we are going to approach a lot of that at the end, we have a lot of questions here, but you know, like if you have networked, but it's not working, you know, if you only have a few gigs that Matt's asked us, please come back tomorrow, guys. We will make some more space for these questions, but bring your questions and I think we can answer some more of them tomorrow, right?
Yes, we can. Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for those of you who stayed until the end. It really shows your commitment, and yeah, it's a process. So it's amazing to see that you guys are really dedicated to this. Next lesson tomorrow, networking. Guys, I talk so much about networking, how important it is. So please be here tomorrow, okay, with us. It'll be great to see you. Guys, and I want to make it clear that obviously it's up to you to make stuff happen for your career. If you don't have anything at all to share on social media, it's not going to do magic. It's not going to be the answer. You need to go out there and you need to be committed. And if you're here, if you're at the end of this class, it's because you are. So, you know, let's do this together, guys. Really. Yeah. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow.
Yes, guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to share your comments on our direct message on Instagram, we'll be checking with your feedback. Thank you so much for staying with us until the end. We really appreciate and we're very proud of you. So see you tomorrow.
Bye.
I could say I've seen, you know, in the past month, you know, concrete results with releases on labels that I always dreamed of. I'm playing here in Berlin, also in clubs. So
around me, I could see other people around me were seeing that my presence was improving online, and I saw it as well. And it really moved me into the professional lane as an artist.
That's where, you know, Letizia and Jessica kind of guide us, or whatever, to take the right steps, to kind of look at things objectively and, you know, take care of your socials, take care of your music, and, you know, plan stuff ahead, you know. And now I can really manage my time more efficiently. I can be less in the studio and do more. I can do a schedule of the week, of the month, and kind of prepare myself for, you know, doing posts and stories and whatnot. All these things that kind of I thought I knew, but didn't really work. and you just kind of need to get into the mindset of an artist and entrepreneur or whatever. So those things are really important. Yeah.